People have changed, and it's actually terrifying financially. I've been thinking, worrying, and preparing about this concept for years. You see the divides of generations where baby boomers saying that kids don't want to work anymore. But younger generations, like millennials, have to get multiple jobs, even side hustles or even businesses, just to afford basic living expenses. Housing costs have skyrocketed, to say the least. Generations ago, you could get a house for under $150,000. Further back you go, would be less, $100,000. I'm sure my grandparents' generation probably got houses around $50,000. Where today, it's around $400,000. Salaries have increased 20%, around 20% over the last 10 years. Throughout that same time horizon of that 10 years, home prices have increased 90%. So you can see the complete difference between the two, and the further that you go back, that difference only increases. People are starting their lives later. I looked at the U.S. Census Bureau, and they have a chart looking at starting from around 1950s, 1960s, people started getting married and starting their lives in the early 20s. As time went on, in the 1970s, 1980s, people started their lives a bit later in their mid-20s. And then time went on into the Great Recession, eventually pushed into their late 20s, and right now, it seems like people are starting their lives around 30. At the same time, the birth rate has plummeted. The peak of the baby boomer generation seems like it was around 3.6 kids per household, where today it's maybe around 2. So it ranges from maybe 1.8 to 2.1. I'll try to see if I could get charts for you guys. It's completely collapsed. This is largely due to economic insecurity. They start later because they have to. People might want to start their lives or get married, but they can't. They might want to buy a house, but they can't. They might want kids, but they can't have them. Another piece of evidence showing insecurity is the price of gold has completely skyrocketed. Over $3,600 an ounce. Actually recently hit $3,700. Silver being over $40 an ounce. Whether these numbers mean anything to you, the fact that gold only increases during bad times or uncertain times, like in the 1970s with inflation and oil shocks, gold spiked. The Great Recession, same thing. And then starting with COVID shortly after, right now, gold is increasing. Even conspiracy theories, time and time again, seem to be unfolding. Some might not always be correct, but like when they used to say they were putting poison on our foods and saying that decades ago you were probably seen as crazy, where today we're starting to find out that it's actually not healthy of the things they're putting in our food. Or even CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. It used to be a crazy thought to think that governments can control our money. Yet recently, it was passed the Genius Act that enabled financial institutions to create and use stablecoins. should definitely look into it. Some stablecoins could supposedly be backed by treasuries or our dollars. But what are our dollars backed by? Nothing. Monopoly money that it seems like these newer generations are finally starting to wake up to and understand. That it's only backed by faith. Or faith of the currency. So younger generations, they can't even ask older generations for advice. We're in a new world. Interest rates have declined for 40 straight years. It's an inverse relationship. When rates go down, prices go up. For 40 years. That has ended. It has bottomed during COVID, and that cycle is over. Stocks keep going up, and it seems like things are fine, while the average person is getting left behind. At the same time, our debts are astronomical, not only personally, but also federally. Our deficits are like wartime deficits. We have over $37 trillion in debt currently. The interest payment alone on the debt is over $1 trillion and projected to be over $1 trillion annually for the next decade. And government spending, no matter which side, continues to increase every year. So now what? We're already seeing it. More divide, social unrest, financial struggle, depression, lack of meaningful conversations, and hate are engulfing our country, if not the world. We don't even know the truth anymore because of the amount of distractions in the media, while social media is our matrix that we can't seem to break out of. So how do we prepare? I don't know. Because it has already started. But I'm going to try. Being aware of it is the first step. Then making plans and actually doing them is all we can do. Well, financially, the only way to outpace inflation and currency devaluation is investing into assets and ourselves. And being a father and husband, I'm making it my mission to do just that. If you want the same, I hope you consider subscribing, because we need to take things into our own hands, because help isn't coming. I hope this wasn't too negative, because we have to stay positive in this dark world. I hope to shed more light on these truths. I had to write all of this down in my phone because I think I had to get all my thoughts down to say things accurately, to see if people align with it. So, I hope you guys stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.